Hey everybody, welcome back to my Project 13 early morning drive, early morning vlog. Got a question this morning. A viewer was checking out one of the videos that I put up when I had the Samsung Galaxy 8 Plus. It was the S8 Plus versus the Huawei Mate 9. Put up a pic slideshow, and I was being asked which one I thought was better. And now I have my opinion, but in that video, the feedback that I was getting, a lot of you were going for the Huawei Mate 9 in that comparison. Now remember, I'm not a trained professional in photography. I don't own a DSLR. I have smartphones that I review, and one of the two areas that I cover is taking pictures with my smartphones that I bring in for during the review process. The other that I do is shooting video. Outside of the other areas I cover, those are two areas I really concentrate a lot on. And I feel that the team that I have here and the viewers that come on by really dig a lot of those videos. I give you a lot to check out when it comes to those specific areas on a smartphone. Pic slideshows, I try to put up 1 minute to 2 minutes worth of information, because that's what you're using. There's not a lot of you going out and buying DSLRs. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have them, you're just not using them, and you're just more dependent on your smartphone device. The matter of the fact is, whether you're paying a lower price for a smartphone or a higher price, we got it pretty good these days. Now, go back a couple years is when I started getting into really giving you information in these areas. And you can go back and check out my videos. You'll see them here and there, pic slideshows. You know, the car vlogging started becoming a little bit bigger, you know, whether I was using the rear cam, the front cam, shooting video and so forth. But in the last year, it's become even more of an area that I've been really trying to do a lot of homework on and learn a lot and ask questions. But I'm going to have my opinion on which device I think is better than the other, but that's going to differ from yours. You're going to go out and shoot video, you're going to go out and take pictures, and if you have the same device as I have, you're going to let me know what you think, in your opinion, which is better. And in that specific video with the S8 Plus and the Huawei Mate 9, the Huawei Mate 9 held its own against the S8 Plus. Just held its own. In shooting video department, the Huawei Mate 9 is definitely a lot stronger, just because the S8 Plus was having issues. It's recently had some updates, has fixed some issues, but there's still limitations. And there's still some areas, even on my S8 that I'm using right now to shoot this video in 1080p, still has a little bit of that focus hunting going on. I'm working with it, going into the manual modes, working with the settings and so forth. And you know, I'm having a little more patience with the S8 than I did with the S8 Plus. I just got really frustrated with that. But the Huawei Mate 9 in shooting video is just phenomenal. Taking pics, it was pretty darn close. And a lot of you were leaving feedback and just amazed in what the Mate 9 could do. And maybe you didn't even know how good it was until you looked at my slideshow that I put up for all of you. Now there's thousands of other comparisons out there. And you may change your opinion on that or not, depending on whose review you're watching. I just recently put up the G6 and the S8 in a comparison, and I'll tell you this, man, the G6, woo, just amazing, just amazing. S8 holding its own in taking pics. But again, in shooting video, got to give it to the G6. Shooting video, I got to give it to my LG V20, even over the G6. There's just a lot more to work with, as well as when you go into the manual settings, especially with that audio directivity, and being able to adjust the settings as far as whether you're behind the device or in front of the device. You can set those settings accordingly to create content and make sure that the audio is being received from the LG V20 in a whole different way than the LG G6 itself. But the G6, so it itself holds its own with the mics and how it receives what's coming into it when it comes to audio and how it delivers it. The V20 just has more to work with. Again, for me, they both have the noise, wind noise cancellation, or you can go in and turn that on, and actually it helps reduce the any kind of noise coming in as far as like wind or even traffic. But with the audio directivity, that's just an amazing function. But the G6 in shooting video is stable. There's no babysitting. You just start and you go. There's no limitations. You have still a little bit of that going on the S8. Not as much as before since the software updates. And again, you just got to work with it. And there are some limitations when shooting in 1080p, 60 frames per second, or using the dual mode camera. But it's working. It's doing fine. But in taking pictures with both those devices, the feedback I'm getting there is more towards the G6. The thing is, we just have it that much better these days. And I'm always going to put up these comparisons. And I have a lot of them between a lot of devices. And I think that's where I have my opinion set apart from your opinion. And it may be, we may be in agreement. But I get to play with so many and use them in these areas that I'm starting to see the differences, even when it's minute, when it's just a tad bit off here and there, whether it's during the day, whether it's low light, or there's stills. It doesn't matter. I'm starting to see a little bit of difference and trying to understand what that all means. And I'm trying to understand what it is to use the manual settings instead of just an auto. And I'm starting to really understand, and I got ways to go. I'm a rookie in this area, but I'm learning. And you come on to this team and ask me a question like that, I'm going to give you my opinion, my honest, raw opinion, but it may not be in agreement with everybody that sees that. They may say, no way, man, the S8 Plus devastated the Huawei Mate 9. And if that's how you see it, then that's how you see it. And yeah, I mean, maybe you know more than me. I'm not a trained professional in this area. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not. But these are smartphones. Okay, these are not DSLRs. And I think sometimes we expect them to be that. You know what I'm saying? I think we expect more out of them, not realizing what we have is really a lot. These devices will get to that point. They're going to get to a point where they're just going to, wow, they're going to blow us really out of the water. But I'm already blown away in what I have when I'm reviewing all the devices that I have, and I get to bring it to you, whether it's video, whether it's pictures, and I'm just amazed. But even I become a little picky and going, wow, well, this one's just better, and this one does this and that. And I'm like, wait a second, man, why? But that's part of the review process, right? So I got to be gentle with how I see that. I have to be open-minded and not so too direct in my thinking when it comes to. I have to see the differences. I have to present the differences and give you my opinions and how I bring you this information. But I also want to be humble to what I have and not be too picky as a consumer, and realizing that in 2017, wow, I'm blown away by even a $50 phone to a $100 phone and what you can get, whether it's the blue R1 Plus, for $109, you get really nice pictures. It struggles in the video department, but they're supposed to upgrade that, and we're hoping soon. We keep saying it. But the thing is, taking pictures, you cannot be like, it's not the S8. Well, sure, it's not. The S8 and the S8 Plus better be way more than that, especially what you're paying for, even though you can get lower end devices now that will challenge a $900 or $1,000 device. They will. There'll be those challenges. You got the LG G6 at $500 right now, originally $650. That will challenge the S8 and the S8 Plus. And I'll tell you this, for most of you, it beats the S8 or the S8 Plus. That's the feedback I'm getting here on my channel. I'm not disregarding any device. All I'm saying, there's a time that is coming where an inexpensive phone up against an expensive phone in this area may not be too much separating them from each other in this area. Unless you're going to just be downright so picky, and you know what? The average consumer really isn't. So I'm going to keep putting those up. Those videos are very important to me for all of you, and comparisons when it comes to video and pictures. And I want the feedback, and I'm going to give you my opinion whether it's one device up against the other in the last couple of years, and especially the last year where I've gotten more serious about it and wanting to do my own homework and learn more about photography and shooting video. I'm going to give you my raw, honest, true to life opinion, and I really want you to check out other comparisons, and if that's an area that you really want to be met in a smartphone, then do your homework and then go out and see what you want. Sometimes it's worth spending a little more money, sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's definitely not. And I think and when you come to like my recent video, the LG G6 against the S8, I got two devices that are going to kill it in taking pictures, but I got one, the G6, that's going to kill it that much more when it comes to shooting video. Okay, if video isn't your thing, then you pick the device. But in having these devices, if it's between those two, and I want the full package, I'm going with the G6. So, but again, I have a lot of other videos with other devices that you may be interested in. It may not be any of these. It may not be the Mate 9. It may not be the Leica Pro 3. It may not be the ZTE Axon 7. A lot of these devices take great quality pics and shoot awesome video, but it depends on what you want. It depends, you want more real life, you want punchy. Are you taking a lot of pics in low light and not so much during the day? Are you doing a lot of stills? I mean, you have to ask yourself what you are dabbling in and what you're going to use them for, and now that goes into your homework. All that goes into your checklist and what you're checking off and what you're not checking off. Okay, so yeah, continue to leave questions, feedback down below. Let me know what you think about the camera world on these smartphones that we use outside of social media, gaming, video, music. Whether it's our grocery list on our smartphone, whether it's whatever you're using it for, we become more dependent on these devices when it comes to using we're utilizing the cameras and taking pictures and shooting videos. So it just, we don't want to carry too much equipment, right? And it's all right there on one device. So what do you think about that? What devices out there do you think are dominant? What lower end price devices that you feel that are, or you feel in your mind, or in your mind, are more dominant than a device that costs that much more money, where you would think it should be that much better? So maybe, again, as a consumer, maybe those two areas don't mean nothing, because you're saying, you know what, I spent 200 and something plus on the Moto G5, and that kills this device that costs $700 or $800, right? Because that device has the same cameras as the S7 Edge. Well, pretty much the same technology there. And so, yeah, it just shows that today you don't have to spend a lot of money to enjoy life and going out and shooting video and taking pics. It's just getting better, and it will get better. All right, everybody, this is my Project 13. I'm out. Peace. Thanks for watching. Until my next video. God bless. Have a great day. And remember, you are my Project 13.